Hey there, this is Dr. Firnhaber. Glad to be with you today for 10 Minutes of Truth. So today I'm going to be reviewing an article that I think is really important, and it's important for people to know this information. This is from the journal, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, January of this year, so we're looking about 10 months ago. The name of the article is called Higher Diet Quality Relates to Decelerated Epigenetic Aging. So let me just set the stage for this article. You know, we are definitely hardwired genetically, all of us are. But whether those genes are expressed or not depends on a whole lot of things. Our lifestyle, the amount of exercise we do, diet, toxicity exposure, all kinds of things. So what this article was looking at was like, does diet slow down the aging process, change the genes to slow down the aging process? That's basically what they're talking about in this article. So they looked at almost 2,000 people, and they did a very comprehensive diet survey, and they looked at 3 different tests that they did on these patients. They did the Dunedin Pace of Aging Methylation Test, the Grim-Age Acceleration Test, and the Pheno-Age Acceleration Test. And what they found in all 3 measures showed that a higher, better diet score, they were using basically the DASH diet. It was associated with lower levels of accelerated, abnormal, epigenetic methylation, which means that the aging process was slowing down, and it decreased all-cause mortality. And there were a couple of really important points in this article. It said that our study emphasizes that improving diet quality is important to delay the aging process. Now, what they found was that higher intakes of vegetables, fruits, nuts, legumes, and whole grains were associated with improving aging and longevity. Higher intakes of red and processed meat and sodium were associated with accelerated aging. Now, there's a comment that I want to make on this, and that's this. I wonder if people that eat a lot of red meat tend to eat a lot of sugar and a lot of processed food, and that's why they age faster. Now, I can definitely see the processed meat part of this, but I'm just wondering if people who have a diet high in red meat tend to eat a lot of other foods that aren't as good for them. Now, if you look down at some other aspects of the study, they said reducing aging with increased poultry and fish intake. In other words, people that ate more fish and more poultry aged slower. Okay? So again, does that mean that people that eat fish and that eat chicken tend to eat better foods in general, tend to eat healthier in general than people that eat red meat? I don't know. It said supplementation with combined folic acid and vitamin B12 significantly improved aging and longevity. Well, the supplements that we carry, for example, Cataplex B Core, AF beta food, all of those are rich in B12 and folic acid. Another thing that was very interesting about this study was smoking. People that smoked but ate a really good diet had a slower aging process. In other words, eating a healthy diet seemed to mitigate the effects of smoking. And they said the favorable relation between higher diet quality scores and epigenetic age deceleration may be related to the reductions in oxidative and inflammatory stress. So when they talk about epigenetic aging, what they mean is the way that the diet affects the genes or the genetic expression. That's called epigenetics. So diet and lifestyle, when they affect genes, that's called epigenetic expression. So it said epigenetic age acceleration relates to inflammatory biomarkers and postprandial lipid levels. In other words, when your like triglycerides go way up after you eat, that isn't good. Okay, so the bottom line with this article is that eating a healthy diet reduces the aging process, slows it down. And so if you want to age quickly, eat a lousy diet. Eat a lot of high sodium foods, high sodium foods are basically junk food, processed food. Eat a lot of processed red meat or just processed meat in general. And if you really want to then accelerate the process, smoke on top of that. So this article, again, shows that our diets are really important. It's really important to have a healthy diet. And if you feel you're aging too fast, you might want to look at your diet. So that's all I have for you today. Next Tuesday, we have a talk in our office called Understanding Natural Health Care for Animals. I'm going to be talking on how to take care of your pets, how to make them healthier. I'm going to demonstrate how I adjust animals and the power that adjustment has in that animal. And that will be in my office next Tuesday at 6:30. Hope to see you then.